Hey, it's me, and today I'll be talking about your ancestors being inferior, yet here you are, where you stand. We got here because of our parents, they got here because of their parents. Disclaimer, by the way, I was reluctant, I think is the word, to do this video, but here I am, because I want to help you out, and I want to help me out too, but mostly you. So excuse me if I don't seem as high spirited as high spirited as I could be. We got here because of our parents. They got here because of their parents, and so on. And I don't know if you believe in evolution, but according to it, we're meant to be better and better as time goes. And I believe as the generation moves on to the next one, it's meant to get even better. But when you look at yourself, you don't feel that way. Why is that? Is it because your genes are worse than your parents? The black pill might tell you so, but it's probably because of what you've done to yourself that makes you inferior. I mean, if your grandfather had to walk 15 kilometers to school, you probably would. You can just take the car or the train or the bus or whatever. Or maybe your school is right around the corner. Yeah, some people have to commute like 40 minutes or drive 40 minutes to the gym and stuff. And that's kind of a challenge. But still, the former generations had to do a lot more. Now, obviously, there were different standards back then. We also had a lot less distractions back then. Thousands of things are put into your head every day, and back then it was probably 100 things per week. So I don't blame you for being inferior to your ancestors. I'd say in many aspects I would be inferior too. I believe I'm not. Overall, of course, but I won't be delusional and say I'm better than them at everything, because that's not true. You're meant to be the best of your family tree. You're meant to be the next, the biggest pride of the family. And I know pride's not something you should strive for, but we'll talk about that in another video. I'm just saying, you're meant to be the best. Yet here you are. And when I say here you are, I don't mean you're not the best. Well, no, I do mean that, but I don't mean genetically you're not the best. Because genetically, you're meant to be the best, right? You have the potential to be the best. And I don't mean genetically just, oh, you look the best. That could be the case too, but that's not the important one. I mean, you're meant to have the potential to be the strongest, the fastest, the smartest, etc. Now, I don't know much about biology in that sense, but I think the child of a father is meant to be better than the father. So how do you measure up to them in this society? I did mention the standards were different. The more you achieve here, depending on what it is way more value has way more value in it than achieving something before. Doing 100 push-ups before is not nearly as impressive as doing 100 push-ups today. Because today you have more than just your body weight to lift when you do 100 push-ups. Symbolically, I mean. You have all the black pill nonsense telling you that if you're not Chad, then you shouldn't bother doing anything. You have all the wokeness telling you that going to the gym isn't important. Doing push-ups doesn't do anything for you. Just live however you want. I was gonna say something, but this is for YouTube, so I won't. You know, I've gotten copyright striked a lot of times. I have gotten copyrighted, but what I meant to say was I've gotten demonetized. My video's been taken down before, once. I think I talked about this. It's pretty funny. I just removed the part and I uploaded the same video and it got a couple of views, like 20-something views, which is a lot for me. Nevertheless, oh, I forgot my mic. Never mind. You'll probably hear me anyway. The point is, I don't want to say anything I have on my mind because no filter, you can't really do that on YouTube. I've seen that firsthand, so I'll try to dumb it down without faking. I'll still be honest with you. They don't want you to be strong. They'll let other people be strong. They'll tell women to be strong. They'll tell maybe even black people to be strong. But you and I, no. If you're black watching this, then I don't mean to segregate you from me. Still the same community, but in this topic, I mean, how do you measure up to them? Well, the standard before was, let's say the standard before is walk 10 kilometers, do 100 push-ups every day, feed the family, work 3 jobs, get home, sleep. Today, your way of setting the standard and measuring up to them, and some things should be higher set and some things should be lower set to measure up to them. For example, if you do 10 push-ups a day in your situation, depending on how productive you are, if you do 10 push-ups a day, that'll be enough. But when it comes to things like money, making a lot more money should be possible for you. Making 10,000 should be as much as making 1,000 back in the day. So, again, some things it's easier to do today, some things are harder to do, which is what I'm trying to say. So, the things that are harder to do today, like be present, if you can be that for a little bit of what they were, then you'll measure up to them in that aspect. But things like money, you gotta make a lot more money to measure up to them, because $100 before is not nearly as much as it is today. You get where I'm going, right? Now, comparing yourself to your father, grandfather, I don't know what I've written here, so I won't go off on that. It said, comparing you to other youths in other generations versus comparing to other strangers, which I don't know what I was referring to back then, so I'm not really gonna go off on that, but comparing you to yourself, your other yous in other generations, is the you in the 60s smiled a lot more, probably, depending on where they lived, of course. Had it a lot easier with girls, I'm guessing, because there was no black pill back in the day. Probably had it probably had it very difficult being creative and making up what he wanted to do because of his parents. Listening to parents, because back in the day it was very traditional, so listening to your parents was the go-to thing. If your father wanted you to be this, you'd be that. And today, you get your opinions from a lot more sources, so you have the ability to be a lot more creative today. So you have a lot more potential to become successful than your ancestors did. And that's one big reason why you should be the best of the best. Why your ancestors are inferior in that aspect. When it comes to physical stuff, you'll work your way there. You'll work your way up. But for now, if you do about a third or a fifth of what they did, then you'll measure up to them. But the goal isn't to measure up to them. It's not to be on par with them. It's to surpass them. To be their successor. Well, successor it might be. I don't know if that's better or if that's the same. What successor means, I mean. And then I put versus comparing you to other strangers. I don't know what that would mean. Comparing you to other people, that's a totally different thing than comparing you to your ancestors, because they're just used in different generations. Now, obviously, they're not you. Adrian is not the same as my father. We're two different people. But we have the same biological prospects. And that's what I'm talking about today. But you don't have the same prospects as somebody else. Somebody else might be faster than you genetically. You might be stronger than them genetically. You might look better than them genetically. You might. And that doesn't matter much, but this is biology we're talking about here. So comparing yourself to other strangers, you should compete, not compare. This is what I talk about in my course as well, link below. Is it below? If it isn't, then it's because I've decided to delete the videos and make new ones. Because I definitely could have made better videos. And that's not to say my course doesn't give you what I said it would give you. It's just that I knew what to say, I just wasn't familiar with the whole recording thing. That's all. That's not to say the course doesn't have any value. You should definitely check it out. If you're like me, you should really check it out. It's in other videos, so you can find the link there. If you want to surpass them, what I'm trying to say is, look at the world you're in. Look at the world they were in. How did you have to become great in that generation? How do you have to be great in this generation, in this world? If you're not consumed by your phone, that's like making $1,000 a month back in the day, even 10,000. If you can look at this tree, I bet you can't see it, but there's a tree right here. If you can look at the wind blow on this tree, see the color, see the shape, see the movement without being in your head, without thinking about its height compared to yours. Which is crazy to say until you read somebody's mind and you'll see that's exactly what somebody would do. If you can do that, you've already measured up a third to what their entire existence was. That's how difficult it is to be present in this world. If you can be present, half as present as they were, you've already measured up to them in that aspect. Well, not even half, maybe a fifth as present as they were. But you have to make about 10 times as much money as they did to measure up to them financially. You get where I'm going? So, yeah, be the, I guess, pride of the family, the pride of the tree, the generations. I don't know who this will help. Probably somebody who's been dwelling on this. But yeah, they are inferior to you, your family. And maybe it doesn't show because of where you've put yourself, where the world has put yourself. But you are. And you have the potential to be the best. Something your family has never had before. It's a symbol I've been working on. I'll talk more about it later. But yeah, that's it. It's Adrian. I haven't seen myself this whole video. I just thought it would be better. As you can see, I'm still struggling with the black belt.